What's up, YouTube? Another day here. So, market just opened. We jumped to the daily chart here. As you can tell, we're still trading inside this range here. We dropped down to the 4-hour. Still inside this little range from yesterday. Bias is going to go up here. Take out these highs. If you remember yesterday, pull this up over here. If you remember yesterday, we were talking about the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution phase of what happened. And if you recall, this was our manipulation down. Accumulation right here. Then we had our manipulation down into all this. And then, like I said yesterday, I said yesterday that we wanted to take out these highs, and that's what we did here. So now I'm expecting price to go ahead and just take out these higher highs up here on this higher time frame. Jump to the hourly here. Go ahead and just take out these highs right here. I'm sure we'll take these out. It's 8:32. We'll take these out within the next few minutes here. That's what we're really expecting. So we'll see what happens here as we wait. Just be patient. So, and of course, I don't trade until 8:45 my time, 9:45 New York time. So we'll just sit here and wait until that times. So that's what we're gonna do. Jump down here to this 5-minute. A little accumulation right here. We'll love to see it continue up. Take out these highs. We may have to put that right here. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this high on the higher time frame because my data only goes so far back as far as these time frames. Let's see if we can see here. Yeah, so I expect this just to continue up here. Once we break this high, we have all these stacked highs. I pretty much expect us to go ahead and just take. We took that high. I expect this just to continue up here. We have so many stacked highs here on the daily. So I want to see us just rip up. All the way up here. We might as well just go to new all-time highs here. And then if we want to come down, then we start coming down from there. So but we'll jump on this 1 minute to sit here and wait. Throw on some Bloomberg news just to till we find something here.
Asia markets like Vietnam to help produce those products. Their actual vision by the end of the year is to really be completely out of China, and saying that there's no supply chain in the U.S. for those blenders. They're not doing anything here, but really pushing away from China into other countries with the hope and the expectation that they will avoid the wrath of Donald Trump.
Yeah, and you see the shares rising on earnings day, but we've had this conversation with the CEO on this program that even with this, push to bring manufacturing back
Get
to
this
America,
1 minute here.
Industries that just don't exist here. So
yeah, and won't exist, right?
Exactly.
Has said, and we've talked to other CEOs, I think Brooks, the shoemaker, was saying the same thing.
Right.
They're not, like, it doesn't matter if tariffs are 100%, they're not going to bring that production back to the U.S.
Quite frankly, the trade deficit is steeper nowhere else than with China, and that's kind of the elephant in the room here. Closing that gap would take a lot. There are winners here, though, as this is all being sorted out. One question is how much more room gold has still to run.
Well, uncertainty there, but obviously the flight to real gold, not digital gold, has been playing out. Spot gold up more than 46% in the last 12 months. That's beating the S&P 500. Another area we're keeping an eye on are dividend stocks. When you look at the iShares ETF, ticker DVY, total return over 12 months, barely trailing the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, despite all of the expectations around AI. So you are seeing other pockets of the market, a flight to safety.
Really no reason for us to come back down here if we start dumping, which is not something you really want to see, but something that we are prepared to get
When you
into.
talk to investors, do they assume that these steel tariffs, scheduled I think for March 12th, are actually going to go into play? I don't. The people I talk to view tariffs as a marketing tool, and they think that the dates are going to continue to be pushed off. But if you're investing and managing a book actively, you have to at least have some form of kind of value placed on.
Or wait, we'll sit here and look at the
That's why you see some of these sharp moves when you look at what we saw.
check the ES.
Recently with U.S. Steel and other steel makers, aluminum companies, because there is.
See it's starting to displace down here.
The stocks that are covering those positions, or just trying to scale into a position.
ES
on
is
the
very
equity
weak.
that maybe they do come to fruition, but I do think at least in my
See,
conversations, I don't know about you
let's
guys,
look at the
it's still is seen kind of as a bargaining chip
Why
that
I'm here.
Donald Trump uses to eventually kind of lower expectations and chalk up some form of a win.
Well, let's ask an investor that right now. Bailey Lifshultz, really jack of all trades.
just a bunch of consolidation in the market, honestly, while Trump's in office. We did just take that out, so I'd expect prices to continue down here.
I mean,
That looks good.
consensus out there seems to
But
be
all
that
this consolidation,
these threats that we get seem to be
not
negotiating
ideal.
for Donald Trump. But as an investor, how are you viewing them? How do you respond to them, if at all?
Today's market reaction would tell you that the market is really thinking that these are nothing more than negotiating tactics at this point. You know, the reaction is, yeah, we've seen it. There isn't much room here on the CPI, PPI, and inflation.
Just coming down slowly. It's right here.
There. And for us, you know, we are in this period of extreme
Huge
political
displacement down.
regulatory disruption.
That
And
tells
that's
me
on
that
top of what we're used
we
to
do have
living
this
with, which is
15-minute
the
here.
technological disruption, all related to AI. And our playbook in this kind of
We just took that
environment
liquidity,
is
though.
really to think a bit long term, stay diversified, use very prudent risk management to exit out of positions, get into positions, manage position sizes, and diversification. When we're talking about diversification across business models, market cap, and also on the margin going international.
I wonder, GDP growth is a positive right now, and does that change? I mean, earnings growth.
It's our 15-minute here.
Expectations seem to be coming down. Consensus at the end of last year was 14% for the S&P 500. David Costin came on.
Accumulation, manipulation, distribution back to the downside here.
10%. Does that continue
See
to
what
come
happens.
down? And do GDP expectations also start to come down? Especially if this administration gets to cut as much spending as it wants.
Honestly,
Yeah, Matt,
I
the
wouldn't
tricky
mind
part
seeing
is we
us
don't
come and
really
take these
know the
lows
long-term impacts of
right here
how
and
the
then going up,
actions flow
but
through. You know, it's
we could
one of
possibly
those
hold this
moments
here.
where until COVID-19 happened, we didn't really know how linked our supply chains were on a global point of view. And we feel it's kind of a similar situation here. Government is a big customer.
I really don't want to short
and
because of
government
these
is
equal highs we have at the
consumers
top.
at the end of the day. So, you know,
Kind of
when
taking
we
me
think
away
about
from
where
that.
we are, this radical action on cutting different government agencies, reducing that, we don't
So we
really
went
know
up,
how that feeds into
accumulated,
different parts of the
went
economy,
up,
how different
accumulated.
businesses are impacted. And that's where we think there's a lot
We
of
do have equal
cautiousness
highs right,
baked into.
equal lows
I
right
listened
here
to a
though.
couple of, earnings calls this earnings season, and especially
I did figure out
interestingly
which
for
one.
industrials,
See.
which you would think would be big benefit.
With these equal lows here. Screen was a freeze up. Could be a nice target. Actually, I think we swept those. We did. We did tap that. However, still, they're still too clean. We did have this displacement down. Sit here and wait. Show you what the 15-minute chart looks like real quick. Whoops. So where is it at? It's right here. This is the 15-minute chart here. As you can tell, we swept this high. What does that? Swept this high. Now we're starting to displace down here on the lower time frames. We are in this 15-minute fair value gap. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution back to the downside. So I'm thinking we possibly could want to come back down here though. But again, I don't like that these highs are right here. I'm not going to short just because I don't like these highs. I mean, look at we have all these stacked highs. No reason why we don't come and take this high out. I'm gonna look to long this right here, stop below this. I'm definitely looking to long this into these highs. We just swept all this out, held this nicely. I like that.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
I'm only going to risk 200 on this trade, so I'm end up probably changing that. We'll keep 4 on there. I want to see it come back down into this. want to see us come down here. I don't want us to take this high out.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Sure, I'm sure it's going to push up here now. No reason it really shouldn't. May look to stab into this if we can hold this fair value gap here. We'll see how we get a reaction out of it. We're already starting to kind of close. Don't really want to close up under here. Should we close? Should we close it? That's nice right there. May look tag something here. Possibly. See what happens here. Just being patient here. Seeing how it wants to play out. I did want to short this, but again, I didn't want to short it because these equal highs. I was trying to get that bullish reaction up out of here now. Just holding this fair value gap nicely. We went ahead and took these sell stops. People trailing. We're going to take something here. Let's see.
Order filled.
Let's take something.
Order submitted.
See if it wants to take out these highs up here. I expect this bearish fair value gap right here to get disrespected. So I expect all of this right here to push this back up. Let's see what happens here. If we can close above this fair value gap, because of my eyes, this was a liquidity sweep right here. So we're going to continue up here. And the reason I didn't take more on this is just because I usually don't. I like to wait for my model, but I'm kind of anticipating this going up to this. Just patience here. Slow movements. Probably waiting for that 9 o'clock hour to hit before we start moving, picking a direction which way we want to move here. They're about 5 minutes until that happens. So it's possible we could, if we don't go ahead and just start taking highs, we could start accumulating for the next 5 minutes here. Once we take this high, I'm just going to move it to break even, because once we take this high right here, there's no reason we should need to come back down to here at all. We held these fair value gaps perfectly. This one right here, we are inversing it. Now we're using it as what? Support. It should come off of it, and it should push us higher up into this level. And I want to see if we can reach this right here, this high. But once we take this high right here, I'm going to put us at break even. Because again, there's no reason we should need to come back down here at all here. You want to close above this, and now use it as, what does retail call it? Resistance becomes support. So now we want to now use this as support, as well as all this fair value gap right here. We have this one right here. So we should continue up. I want to treat this right here as a breakaway gap. And I don't want to return back down here. And once we come up here, I'm not looking to short these. These are just targets. There's a difference from having targets that you want to short and targets that you want to take profit at, or vice versa. So I want to see us continue up here. So we are coming down here. If we come down, wouldn't be too good RR here on this. I may look to grab just the 3 minute here. Let's hit this 3 minute closes. I may look to actually add some more here on this. This 2 minute. Which would be at 97. It'd be about 40 points. We can only take one more. If we didn't come down, we may just go ahead and take it straight up. If we come back down here, I'll look to add more. This 5 minute, we're about to hit the 9 o'clock hour here. Could use this right here as a breakaway gap on the higher time frame, 3 minute. Not that it's higher time frame, but could use that. 2 minute. If we come back here on the 2 minute, I'll look to add. Other than that, I want to go straight up. Ooh. And when we add, of course, I will move my stop down to here. It just won't be be a little, won't be as big, but when you have trades, you know, people don't like taking one-to-one RR. I don't mind it if the trade is a good trade. I say it's a good trade because one, we took this liquidity out, fair value gap, come up here, market structure shift right here to the upside. Now I'm expecting us, if we're going to come down to these right here, this fair value gap, I will look to add.
Order submitted.
We'll bring this down to here.
Order submitted.
If we want to come back down. Of course, we have this 3 minute too right here. That I would not look to add. I would want to come down a little bit more upon that. Other than that, I want to go. I want to pretty much just go straight up here. Not really a real reason for us to come back down. because we already took these sell stops right here. If you look, who's been making money since the market opened? When we opened, we sold right here, and we dropped. Now we sold back into this fair value gap liquidity. We took this liquidity. We took trailing stops right here. Now we're going back up. So I expect this to just continue up here. Take out this higher time frame. Take out this higher time frame. External level. That's what I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to get here. I do know that 15-minute from yesterday, that accumulation manipulation, that high that was taken out, and I don't know if y'all remember, but I also said on the I showed y'all that 15-minute fair value gap you could have taken. It'd be real nice. And if I know it's pretty expensive to move, to swing longs over, but if you're still in those, it's real nice if you swung over. I mean, of course you would have, you'd have been still up in position if the market open. I mean, it's futures is 24/7 essentially, so. But we're accumulating here. I expect this just to continue back up. Want to see? Oh, there we go. Whoa.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
Want to see us continue up into this. We had 9 o'clock. No, we didn't have 9 o'clock. It is 9:03. Want to see us continue up. Prepare to sell my order though, because we did take the high I wanted to see here. Give it a couple seconds. I'm just going to take it here.
Order filled.
Took it. Nice trade here. This is my main level I wanted to see. Of course, I want to see this X hit, but I only took one contract on that. Usually, I want to usually take two so I can sell here and here. But since we went ahead and took that, but like I said, we accumulated here and we shot up. Nice trade. Took a trade I usually don't execute, but just trying something new out here. So that's my one trade for the day. All you need is one trade a day. Now I will sit here. It's only 9:04, so I'm gonna sit here and watch the rest of the market, see what we can get, but I'm not looking to really get into any trades. So we'll just kind of just sit here and wait. Those are the executions. You see why I sold right here is because, yeah, we could continue up here, but this was the main objective. This high was the main objective of what I want, of what I knew. Low hanging fruit. I was hoping when we broke this high, we could shoot straight up, but we closed right there, and as you can tell, we closed right here. So I'd rather just go ahead and take profit where I knew price was going 100%. So that's where we're at. Nice trade here. So just gonna sit here, chill, talk. What I want to see. Took all these sell stops out. Everybody who shorted this. So if you want to zoom out here on the 1 minute, people longed this. They got stopped out. People shorted this, they got stopped out. Now people are buying that. People just bought this retail, and we're going to see what they do. You know, we are holding this fair value gap here. As I said earlier, I like to take more than. Typically, I would want to take 2 contracts, but I was trying something I usually don't try, so. I'm good. I'm happy. Let's see what happens here. So this 15-minute, I'll show you all the 15-minute. This is what we got for the 15-minute here. Notice how we held that fair value gap. And we're just going to continue up there. How many points was that? We caught. So we got in at 82.75, I believe. Not 100% sure. 82.75. Our stop was at 46.75. So 82.75 we got in at. I believe our stop was at 46. 45.75. So we risked 37 points in order to catch $129 up to 64. So we caught a 1.75 R there. Look at this selling. It could be seek and destroy type of day. It's just so crazy to me that we did not go and take this high. Let's go ahead and take all these off here. Jump up on this 5-minute here. You got this 5-minute fair value gap here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if
And for
anything's
sure, you have
happening
to be sure
here.
it starts to impact other segments and other business as well.
Lower, 431. The 10-year down almost 7
What
basis
caused
points
us to
at 455.
shoot up like this? We don't have any news.
Those shares right now down 3.2%. Ahead of Valentine's Day tomorrow, we have to do earnings from a company that was founded on love.
And?
That company, anybody?
I said Victoria's Secret. You said
Anybody want to guess? Cisco.
okay. What?
They delivered an upbeat sales forecast for the current quarter. The company raising its fiscal 2025 target. Cisco shares up 1% right now. Back in the day, this was at Stanford University. Two folks, Leonard and Sandy, they wanted a way to send love messages over the computers. So they got out.
Not too sure.
And they strung them actually through the sewers at Stanford so they could send love
Really wanted to see us continue up.
Leonard Bossack and Sandy Berger.
We'd have been stopped out by now, huh? Yeah. Break even.
That's today's love story.
Wait, where did you find this info?
Sebastian Mallaby wrote a great book, The Power Law. I recommend it, and it's very accessible. It's about Silicon Valley, financing, et cetera, so forth. But he does a beautiful job of reporting in this book, and that's one of the stories.
This high could carry us. This 5-minute could carry us.
Read that book; it's very good.
And this is one of the reasons why I
Alright, discount that range.
very much. News you can use. I said one of them. There's definitely more. All right, Alex Dale here alongside Norma Linda. So, you know, it feels like we're just gonna wait now, right? We gotta wait and see what happens at 1 o'clock.
Right.
Dot. How do you manage that?
Definitely a waiting game. Honestly, my eyes, and I'm keeping an eye on the market. I don't even know which direction we're going. Yesterday we were down, today we're up. There's so much volatility baked into the market right now, especially with tariff concerns. You've got the Fed in focus. You've got data nonstop. There's really so many things to keep an eye on here as an investor.
So the
Just watching the market here, not really trying to get into anything. Also, not really seeing anything that I like here. The question is, excuse me. The question is that you should be asking yourself now is, has the market made its move as far as the morning move that it was looking for? I think yes. And coming up, knocking out, what was that, prior day? Prior day's high, just about. Asia high. And then coming down, trapping sellers, selling. We trap, like I said earlier, we trap buyers up, going up, stop them out, trap sellers going down, stop them out with this, and then now we trap buyers once again. Seek and destroy type of day, I feel like. So, again, I do expect this to continue up here. I really want to go and just knock all these highs out. I don't like this right here. I don't think anybody really does. So, there's waiting here. I wish I could pause it, but we're good here. I guess we'll sit here and hang out. Nice little trade there. We'll put that aside later. We'll put this whole video out and then put that one out later too. So we'll end up putting both videos out. So that's nice. One thing I do want to do though is take my profit off, and more so I want to focus on actually potential gains and points. The P&L display, I don't like it to, let's look at something here. P&L went flat, nope. Whatever, we'll do it when it's flat. I want to do it in points. You shouldn't worry about the profit, you should worry about the execution, right? So like this one right here was, I forgot exactly what 37 points we were risking, I believe. So if it was 37 points, depending on how many contracts you take, $1,000 account, 10,000, the bigger it is, the more you're going to take. So for instance, I eventually want to be trading $10,000 positions. So if this was a $10,000 position, 37, we would took 13 contracts on this move, sold 10 of them right here. So so that would have been a $12,000 gain right there, just right there. Of course, we'd expect it to continue up, but it did not at that time. We went ahead and just stopped everybody out before going back up. So just hanging out here, y'all. I don't think we'll be catching anything here, so there's really no, if you want to pop on out, that's fine. Just want to take these videos and on record daily. Take these so I can, almost like a journal, something I can look back on. Post these on YouTube. I'm still learning how to pause the recording. I know there's a way to do it. I've done it before. Just don't know how to. I'm over here in my settings just to show y'all, just to see what exactly how to do all this. Market's still coming up here. As I stated, I expect it just to continue up. No real reason we shouldn't come up here. It is a little bit tricky today, so because if we didn't have these equal highs all up here, 100% I would have shorted this. And I'm not saying that, you know, if we got these equal highs, we got stopped out, but that's the reason why this trade, when we took this liquidity right here, that's the reason why this trade didn't pan out, just because we had these higher time frame objective to go reach. And we're about to go up here and hit it. Let's see here. So hanging out, finally took this high. Finally, we're taking these highs out. See if I can pause it. Nope. Taking these highs out though, just hanging out. I'm gonna sit here for another 40 minutes. Just going up here. Like, I expect this honestly just to go up these next few days. Wouldn't be surprised if we go to all-time highs here the next week or two. So Guess we'll just put on some Bloomberg terminal while we're here.
Popular now, right?
Notice how we did hold this fair value gap
Markets, headlines, and breaking news.
on that 5-minute fair value gap here.
Bloomberg.com.
Screen froze, so give it a second.
Business app. This is a Bloomberg Business Flash.
And I'm John Tucker, the Bloomberg News with this Bloomberg Business Flash, and we are being brought to you by Oracle. Attention growing businesses, Oracle offering to cut your current cloud bill in half if you move to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure.
Let me show y'all something here. So if you're looking at this, look at this as a 1-minute chart. Where do you watch with this? I expect you to go tap these out. Go ahead and tap these out. And continue up. This is the highest I think we will go. If we don't take out these highs, this is the highest I think we go before coming down. But however, I just think we might as well hit new all-time highs. Just if we're going to take out these highs, we might as well just keep going up. So
Points of 0.5%, 6,080 on the index. The Dow Jones Industrial average up 94 points. That's a rise of 0.2%. The Nasdaq 100 right now 181 points higher, up 0.8%. The 2-year yield down almost 4 basis points, 431. The 10-year is down almost 7 basis points, 454. This after another inflation report, the producer price index rising 0.4% in January, reflecting higher costs for food and energy. But Mike McKee will tell you, if you dig deeper into this report, the components of it that feed into the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, they were actually better than hoped for. NVIDIA, Tesla, Intel, Eli Lilly, leaders in the S&P 500 in terms of the index points right now. The best performing individual stock in the S&P 500, MGM Resorts, it is up close to 15%. The gaming and entertainment company reporting fourth quarter adjusted earnings per share coming in ahead of estimates. Now we check the markets for you all day long right here on Bloomberg Radio. I'm John Tucker, and that is your Bloomberg Business Flash. Nora and Alex.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful breakdown, John. I'm Nora Melinda. Happy Thursday. I'm here with Alex Steele, filling in for Paul Sweeney today. Stocks are in the green, as John was just mentioning. We've got the S&P 500 up about 0.5%, and the Nasdaq up 0.8% right now. We're sitting here in the studio with the brilliant Michael McKee. He's international economics and policy correspondent, and he's here to help us break down some of that economic data that we've been getting, from PPI to initial jobless claims. But really right now on the minds of many investors is tariffs. My question for you, Mike, what is the legal basis for imposing this set of tariffs?
The president has a wide range of legal abilities to impose tariffs, which Congress has basically given him. Congress has the power, but has conceded it to the president. Section 201 of the Trade Act of 1974, to get really nerdy here, is what they use to impose tariffs on a lot of different issues. Like
let's see what we got here.
Washing machines and things like that back in the first Trump administration. That allows the president to put tariffs on imports.
Don't see us doing anything here.
Sort of a sector-wide thing. And then Section 232 is what they use for steel and aluminum.
We do have this 5-minute fair value gap.
Those allow individual companies to complain about injury from imports, and then the USTR and the Commerce Department do an investigation. And if they find that there is harm to those U.S. companies, then the president can impose tariffs. So both of those things he's used again now that we're back in business. The question about what he does with reciprocal tariffs is very interesting, because maybe he can use the 201s because it's industries. It sort of depends on what he decides to do, because we don't know whether this is just going to be reciprocal tariffs on the average tariff that countries put on, or on individual tariffs themselves, like the tariffs the Europeans put on U.S. automobiles. But the easiest way for him to do it would be Section 338 of the Tariff Act of 1930, which allows any kind of tariffs up to 50% if a tariff practice from another country disadvantages a U.S. company. And it certainly would be easy to show that with unequal tariffs. There's only one problem with this one,
Mm.
and you gotta watch this afternoon and see what their justification is. The Tariff Act of 1930 has another name. Most of us know it by another name. You wanna guess?
No.
Smoot-Hawley.
Ah, okay. Uh-huh.
So, I just see the headlines. President goes back to Smoot-Hawley, tariffs.
I actually did know that. Now that I get the recesses of my brain back. And for those of you who don't know, Mike covered DC for decades, so this is really marring his two expertise. We also cover the NAFTA renegotiation, the USMCA, etc. What do you think? What country do you think, based on all the legality part of it, is going to be most hit?
That depends on what he how he decides to impose these. If it's an average tariff basis, it's going to be a country like India is not average.
We have this fair value gap here.
11% on a weighted basis, 12%. The U.S. is between 2 and 3%. So there's a big disparity there.
We did just take out this. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at on 15-minute here.
In the world with
60-minute, I should say, actually.
Areas could feel it in that
Because it's a
area.
little bit more visual here.
Do it on specific industries.
So what we got on the hourly. So we have all this accumulation. I don't think this will be a manipulation. I think we can just continue back up to these highs. But if we do go down here, I would expect us to jump back up into this hourly fair value gap. I want to see us just continue up here, so we'll see. No real reason to be looking for shorts just yet. Just hanging out here, y'all. One thing about trading is that it is boring when you're only looking for certain things here. But notice how we're respecting all these fair value gaps. This 15-minute, this 5-minute, and now this 5-minute. Looks like we're respecting. Had that 5-minute down close above the fair value gap. The wick tapped into it, and now we're coming out of it. you can possibly look for this long here on these equal highs on the 1 minute. Stop would want to be. One thing I don't really like though, we do have this 1 minute fair value gap here. Came up, then we came down, then we came back up, had our market structure shift to the upside based upon that. Looks like we're going to take it though. No reason we shouldn't. Could be a breakaway gap here to push us higher. Respected this 5 minute fair value gap. Pretty sure it's going to just continue up here. What I don't really like about this is, I guess you can say we took this 1 minute liquidity right here. Once we break this, we should go up here. There we go. Figured that was gonna happen. But as I said earlier, what do y'all notice? We're respecting these fair value gaps, these bullish fair value gaps. So we're just going to continue on up here. Go ahead and mute my mic. Just let it play out. If I can see anything, of course I'll continue and get back on the mic. So. Alrighty, almost 9:50, so I'm gonna go ahead and just end this here. We'll be back tomorrow. So if you watched, appreciate you watching it, and I'll put out that video later. That one trade.